Welcome everybody in this podcast on the future of sales. Today, our guest speaker is Glenn Mathijssen.
Yes.
Glenn, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much, Regis. Thank you for inviting me. I really like it.
It's a real pleasure for Glenn. Glenn, you're active in food robotics.
Yes.
And you started your company called Alberts.
Yeah.
And you've been an entrepreneur for about 10 years. And before that, I understood you had a PhD in robotics.
Correct, yes.
And a master in management.
Yes, correct.
Do I have it right?
Yeah, correct.
All right. Glenn, tell us a little bit about Food Robotics. Alberts, what is it?
Yes. So Food Robotics, I mean, if you start me going, I go for 3 hours. But
All right.
Food Robotics in a nutshell, to imagine, it starts from the bare basics with, for example, the Zumex machine. The Zumex machine is one of the brands that is making these orange juices. We all know it from the supermarkets.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this became very popular, 10,000s of machines. It's actually the first time there is a machine that goes a bit beyond the coffee machine, something that makes a fresh product with pure produce on the spot. After that, we were starting before Food Robotics was a thing, actually. But in 2019, they counted the players active in Food Robotics. There were, I think, between 50 and 70 players with good funding behind it, making new technology. End products wildly ranging, from woks to pizzas to donuts to whatever you can think about.
All machines making all these dishes
Exactly.
automatically.
Fully automated. You have a whole variety of types of machines. Standalone, you have kitchen replacers, you have something for the back end, something for the front end, but it became an industry, Food Robotics.
And who are the customers of this, or who are the customers of this industry?
Yeah, so for example, we at Alberts, we make blends. Blends meaning smoothies, soups, and shakes.
Yeah.
From fresh products in the machine that can be personalized. The clients for that, and definitely where we started in the beginning, was retail. Retail had, and they gave us that information, they said, we searched something which is made on the spot. In French, they say fait maison, made here on the spot, fresh, healthy, and 24/7.
And when you think retail, you think about the supermarkets.
For example, indeed, perfect. We started in the beginning days, we were testing at Carrefour, was a supermarket. So what is our solution offering and what are they demanding? Something automated. Why? Because made on the spot sounds good, but means expensive. Because you need staff, you need organization, you need a bigger footprint to start making things. Whereas the supermarkets are usually more selling a product that is already ready, actually.
So I think we've all noticed that the sushi bar has opened in all the supermarkets. So that's part of that trend?
Definitely part of that trend. And that is actually one of the solutions where a staffed team is actually affordable. Why? Because sushi is sold at a very high margin.
It's a premium product.
It's a premium product. You pay a good buck, but you also get fresh sushi, so it's well worth for the consumer. But that works. Once you go to products with lower margins, it doesn't work anymore. You cannot afford that staff.
Okay. So that's why we put the Zumex. So the orange juice machine is a fully automated one, and then we have the premium product, and that will be the sushi.
Exactly.
And that's a little bit what supermarkets are going for, fresh produce. All right. Now, we're going to talk about the future of sales, but before going about the future, let's talk about the past.
Yes.
Let's go back, and I said 2015.
Okay.
2015, if you think again, in 2015, when you were young and you noticed a customer and you were talking to your customers, to the retailers, to the Carrefours of this world, what were the trends? What were the big trends that you noticed then?
Yeah. So definitely 2015, I had less wrinkles in my baby face, but but what were these retailers working on? When we entered these retailer offices, after an intro with an intro with an intro, what we felt is that the new technology that was coming out was for them basically an initiative or a starting point to start conceptualizing. So they, together with us, start almost co-creating. What can we do more with it? How can we make a concept about it? How can we use these things to make other things?
Like what, for example?
So, for example, at that point, you had smoothies where we were working in, but then it also went to smoothie bowls at a certain point, which are a bit thicker, which you spoon more.
Okay.
So people start asking you questions, can we not remake the machine that you also put some granola on the top and that we have still 3 blueberries in the corner? But I also got the craziest requests. I got phone calls from people, it was from Spain, I think. They said, can we not make an octopus robot? And the most crazy ideas came to us because there was some new technology that started maturing and people started co-creating. I want this, I want that, I want that. So most conversations were actually in that direction. Which also meant for us as a team, we needed to deal with that.
So let's remind ourselves, that was pre-COVID, pre all the crises that we know today. So it was business was booming.
Exactly.
And if I recall correctly, all the retail, they were looking for a wow feeling, to get an
Wow,
experience
that's it.
and to differentiate themselves from their competitor.
Exactly that.
And so they were asking you, how crazy can we go to actually make a difference?
Exactly.
All right. Now, if we go for the wow feeling, what did it mean for your value proposition? What were you selling back then?
So basically, we were trying to sell concepts tailored to their specific demands or IDs almost. And we were trying to put the core technology we had, try to always reinvent it in a way that it fitted for all the dreams of the clients. Remember also, it was a time when literally Elon Musk started to send his first rockets to space. Technology was booming. And we were in that massive hype upwards, still today a little bit.
Yeah.
So what we were selling, like my team, they were like, how to describe it? They were more almost like co-creators.
Co-creators, yeah.
Like
I was gonna say it.
Yeah, we were more like, it was almost like as if you're at an MBA in entrepreneurship. Like, how can we do different? It felt like with already new technology, we were then still trying to do different things and new concepts.
And personalize it and everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Was that profitable?
No, definitely not. So the industry is also new. So let's be fair, all the players that started were all loss making.
Yeah.
Because you're starting to make, as a startup, new technology is costing a lot of money. Still today, Albert is climbing out towards that profitability. So it is a long way if you're making new technology. But what was definitely not a viable path was to go way too diverse in all these demands and all these bells and whistles almost that people wanted to go for.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You told me at one point when we prepared this series about the pizza.
Yes.
I really like that one. That example. You met with the investors and...
Yes, exactly. So, if you think as a businessman in food and you say, what kind of food am I going to make? Pizza is good. Why is pizza good? The food cost of pizza is €1 and you sell it for 10.
Yeah.
So that's
good margin.
That's good margin. So I have in one heart, like you introduced me, a technology heart, and on the other side, a business heart. So the pizza market was, of course, the first target market for food robotics players to deep dive in with relentless ambition. They said, like, this is the new gold mine. And the concepts, every year, I track the market closely, every year the concepts went more crazy. So in the beginning, you just had a robot that had a pre-made pizza that baked it. Now, in the end, you have 10 robot arms that work in a Mozart symposium synchronization, and in the end, then deliver you that pizza.
So one restaurant, fully automated.
Probably an investment cost of €700,000, if not more. A whole bunch of... So my tech heart is like screaming like a child. This is amazing. But my business heart is thinking, or my business mind maybe is thinking, how the hell are you going to do that? I mean, we have a very compact solution. 1 square meter, totally automated, no staff needed on site, made proprietary technology to make it affordable. So really always worked on that. And still, that's not trivial to scale. Still there, you really need to be. So now imagine that the price of your thing is times 20. I always say, unfortunately, take a very well-trained, how do you call it? Person who makes pizzas, pizzeria. Pizzaiola. Take a pizza oven, 20K, and you beat the current state of technology
so
every day.
Did they make it?
No. So unfortunately, that's then my colleague heart of the startup that's bleeding. But today there is a market, like almost a deception crisis.
Voilà. So this brings me to my next question.
Okay.
So we talked about 2015. Yeah, but it's great. 2015. Yeah. So the market was booming. A new industry, food robotics, dreams went wild. Sky's the limit, and everybody wants to differentiate themselves, and they all want to co-create and get the best stuff. Now, fast forward to today, 2022.
Yeah.
What's left? What's the market now? How does it look now?
Yeah, 2022.
Is this trend still there? Is it?
Yeah, so 2022, harsh times. We all see our gas bill. We all see television. So there are bigger problems today for people. It literally comes down to I cannot pay the meals for my kids anymore. It literally comes down to I cannot heat my house anymore. At the same time, the market goes into a deception mode. Our market, I mean. Goes into a deception mode. It's like, oh my God. So this €700,000 restaurant is difficult to scale. Oh my God. And you see one by one. Concepts failing, concepts being stopped. Now, of course, that is negative. I mean, literally around us, I see people failing, and many of them I also know personally. So I feel super bad for them. At the same time, when I look back, your question, I think you've asked, like, is that core still there or is that demand still?
Yeah.
The core demand for a convenient product that is easy, that is healthy, that is tasty, that is fast, that core demand is still there.
It's still there.
That is not gone.
So the consumer still wants that.
Yes.
But it needs to be affordable.
Exactly.
These days. That's
The
big
bells and
difference.
whistles can go off. The little granola on the top can go away. The price is important.
So what's the reaction of the retailer then?
So-
the supermarket, what do they do?
So retailers, they still need to differentiate in a way. Of course, price control is today number one. So big brands are suffering because their prices become too high for a certain part of the population. But the retailers are, in the end, still looking for that automated solution where they have minimal staffing and where they can serve the demand is still the same. Get something healthy, automated. But the big thing now is price. The price, and it brings a reality in the conversation.
Okay. So they're still wanting to co-create and then have all these bells and whistles?
No, that is all gone.
Gone.
So there is, I was still in the call right before this podcast, the question is not anymore, can it also still do that? No. The question is, what can it do? Half a slide. Why is it important? Let's serve healthy food to people. Half a slide. People get it. Next topic is, what is it costing? How can we make it profitable? When can it be break even? What are the operations look like? Directly to the core.
Okay.
Honestly, lovely.
All right.
I love it. It cannot go faster. Literally, the call before this podcast was 30 minutes with one of the biggest vending operators in the world, and bam. Of course, there was already a pre-track. I have to be honest. There was a pre-track already. But.
So if I may recap a little bit, the consumer, the demand is still there.
The core.
However, they want to have it affordable.
Yes.
That's the big change between now and 2015.
Yes.
The retailer still looking for a solution, but he's not going to go wild anymore in his dreams and in co-creating new products. No, I want a stable product. I want something that makes money. So it's now much more about the business case, making the business case work.
Exactly that. It's still, it's still not, actually, like I said in the beginning, it's still not easy.
Yeah.
It's not like, woohoo, let's put this app in the app store and the whole world can use it. No, it's still a hardware solution. It's still food. It's still a brand. There's heavy work to be done. However, the reality has sunk in with everybody. And now a solution like ours is actually valued for its core competences, which is it's small, it's compact, it's fast, it is affordable, it is profitable. And that for us is a blessing.
All right.
It's a blessing. I told you once before, very often the last 4 years when I was talking with venture capitalists or investors in general, I almost felt like they were looking at us like, is this all it can do? And I thought like, does it need to do a backflip? Or like, what are you expecting? Like,
It's not going to the moon.
It's not going to the moon.
Not,
It's going to stay right here, but it's going to make delicious blends.
All right.
And they're personalized, fast, no cleaning
And that wasn't
required.
enough. In 2015, that wasn't
It didn't
enough.
feel like it. It didn't feel like it.
And today, back to reality.
Yes.
Yeah. So are we done with co-creation today?
No, because it's still not trivial to get it in the end on the spot. So you need to business co-create. How are we going to do this? What's the structure? Who's going to do the operations, refill, financing? So it's still an exercise to be done. However, that reality has sunk to the business part, which is very nice.
Okay, so we were co-creating products, innovating products in the past. Today, we're co-creating a business case, making it work.
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
I would align on that. It's of course an abstraction, and it's of course a generalization, but that is at least my feeling today. If I have the dailies with the team, that's what I feel.
In terms of your involvement, your skin in the game, as we say.
Yeah.
Are you also in co-creating in terms of the revenues?
Yes. So you
Sharing the risk?
Yes, definitely. So I always say also to the team, it's war times. Okay, war is not. It doesn't feel like it's here, but it is. It is in our gas bill. It is in our day-to-day reality. So it also means that clients think shorter term. In the past, we did contracts 5 years. Now it's shorter.
Yeah.
It means that you need to be creative with where you're going to take your margin. So what we do today is the machines go on a lower margin, and we take the commitment and the involvement, or let's say together with the client, we take commitment on future sales. So, we take a part of the revenue share in order to sustain our model in general. but in order to share that risk.
But that also means, well, on the one hand, it also adds that our clients, your supermarkets are more risk averse. But it also means in terms of selling that we're only going to sell if we also believe that it will be profitable in the end. Because otherwise we're
going to hurt.
We're going to be hurt as well. So you've got really skin in the game, as you say today.
And there also that reality is like where we're going to put the machine. Yeah, let's think very carefully about where we're going to put it.
About who we're going to sell to.
Because marketing lesson 1, LLL, location, location, location. Yeah, let's see. Who do we sell it to? Where do we put it? Super crucial. Obvious, of course. Obvious, but now with more reality, number 1 again.
All right. Now, my last question is really, what's the impact on sales, on salespeople? If we look at 2015, the market, the way it was, and the market today, the people you were recruiting in 2015, how different are they from the one that you recruit today? Or are they the same?
Yeah, so definitely, I think not the same. It is fair to say also that we as a company also had a track. So there is a bias with our maturity now as well. However, I think it's fair to say that in the beginning, the people that were enthusiastic to come to work with us and that we somehow felt that we needed to engage with were way more on the entrepreneurial, MBA, business creators, like that type of style. But today is way more back to basics, however, not easy, but way more back to a pure businessman who understands pure commercial models, who understands supply chain setting up, like all these core that actually is the essence of let's make it work.
Makes the business case.
Exactly. It does, in the end, does the trick. That is now on number 1. And that's now very nice in the team that we have those people that are very good at that. So that makes us now winning on the market.
All right. Fantastic, Glenn. Well, thank you very much.
It's already over?
It's already over. This brings us to the end of our podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I summarize it correctly, we were co-creating in 2015. We're still co-creating today. We're still being creative, but it's different. It's no longer the product that we're co-creating. No. We're co-creating on the business case and make the business case work.
Yeah. If you say it, it sounds so easy.
That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. All right. Thank you very much, Glenn.
Thank you.
And thank you very much, and goodbye.
Okay.